This hotel room is priced at $100 a night. Or should we say, this hotel room is priced for $100 a night. Bananas are sold by the dozen. Is preposition by correct here? Or should we replace it with preposition for? At 15 minutes to 3, we started the meeting. Or at 15 minutes before 3, we started the meeting. Which sentence is grammatically correct? Steve is ready to train us for a large sum of money. Or should we say, Steve is ready to train us on a large sum of money. My car runs 10 miles to the liter of petrol. Or, my car runs 10 miles on the liter of petrol. Keep watching this interesting lesson on prepositions to know the answers. In life, if our steps are measured and we set the right standards and stick to our values, excellence, success, and satisfaction will always follow us, no matter how difficult the situation or task is in front of us. In a similar vein, prepositions of measure, standard, rate, and value, by, at, for, and to help us talk about something on a scale, speed, percentage, temperature, and finances confidently and correctly. These prepositions help us to be precise and accurate. How? Watch this lesson to know it yourself. Friends, my name is Hemant Singh Rana and you're watching Enliven English, making the language entertaining, lively and functional. So let's get started. Let's first talk about preposition at. It is most commonly and frequently used with numbers. Generally, we use at when we are mentioning a specific value or price of something, speed of a vehicle, temperature, percentage, a particular point on a scale, and so on. Let's see some examples to understand this better. I am driving at 100 miles per hour to reach on time. The Earth orbits around the Sun at 18.5 miles per second. This hotel room is priced at $100 a night. The cost of the project is estimated at $20 million. With the growth rate at 2%, the government must act fast. The survey shows Steve's popularity is at 30%. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. At -5 degrees Celsius, it's freezing out here. Mark slid down the cliff at 90 degrees. Steve needs to bend the elbow at a 30-degree angle. In the last 4 sentences, we are talking about a particular point or level on a scale. Preposition at is also very frequently used to refer to someone's age. For example, at 16, Mark made it to the national team. Steve got married at 40, which seems rather too late. Preposition by is also used a lot with numbers. We commonly use it to show 3 things. First, the amount or margin of a victory or defeat in games and elections. Second, how things are sold and measured. And finally, the increase and decrease in amount of something, sometimes through comparisons. Let's see some examples to understand these 3 aspects. Our team won the match by 2-1. He lost the elections by 2,000 votes. The area of a house is measured by the yard. Bananas are sold by the dozen. The shop sells the fine fabrics by the meter. My salary has gone up from $20,000 to $25,000 a month. It has increased by $5,000. The economic growth rate is 9% this fiscal. It has gone up by 2% in comparison to the last fiscal. My house is larger than yours by 100 square feet. In arithmetic calculations, by acts as a function word in division, multiplication, and measurement. By helps us join the two numbers and measurements, as in divide 8 by 2, multiply 10 by 6. We need a room 15 feet wide by 20 feet long. The bedroom should be at least 10 by 10 square feet in size. Sometimes we want to stress on the increase, decrease, or the changes that happen frequently or by a minute, hour, or day. In that case, we use preposition by for description. Let's see some examples. The pain in my body is increasing minute by minute. We can also say the pain in my body is increasing by the minute. The management's trust in Martha has increased day by day, or the management's trust in Martha has increased by the day. Mark gave a detailed week by week account of happenings. Steve is preparing a day by day report of sales of the last month. Now let's discuss preposition for. The first most common use of for is to tell how much does something cost, at what price something is sold, and what is done with a particular amount of money. Let's see some sentences. My friend has bought a lakeside mansion for $20 million. The online course is available for $200 a month. Buy any dress of your choice for just $20. Steve is ready to train us for a large sum of money. In all the sentences, for is acting as a function word to indicate equivalence in exchange, such as lakeside mansion for $20 million, course for $200 a month, dress for $20, and training for a large sum of money. We also use preposition for to indicate or show the extent of distance someone or something has covered and the time someone has spent or is investing on something. We also use preposition for to indicate or talk about the long span of time and distance which is not specific. Let's see some examples. Walk straight for 5 kilometers. The railway track extends for 300 miles between the two cities. I am away from office for 2 days. George spoke for an hour without taking a break. We haven't seen each other for ages. The railway track extends for hundreds of miles. Last but not the least, preposition to. Preposition to helps us mention ratios, state a time which is less than 30 minutes before an hour, and a range between 2 points. For example, from A to B. Let's see some sentences to understand this better. Add 1 part of milk to 3 parts water. The ratio of sheep to goats in the farm is 1 to 3. At 10 to 5, I logged off and left for home. At 15 minutes to 3, we started the meeting. My performance peaked from January to April. There were 50,000 to 60,000 people in the concert. We are expecting 40 to 50 persons in the party tomorrow. We also use preposition to mention equivalent of something, or when we want to say what is corresponding to a certain thing or a particular person. Let's see some sentences. My car runs 10 miles to the liter of petrol. How many students are there to each teacher? There are 30 students to each teacher. During practice, my friend runs 4 rounds to my 8. Here, we are trying to say that each liter of petrol is equivalent to 10 miles, each teacher is corresponding to 30 students, and my 8 rounds are equivalent to my friend's 4. Preposition to is also quite visible when we make comparison, or when we mean as compared with or as against, or when we mention the score line of a match. For example, the life in London is good, but nothing to what it is in the US. My friend doesn't look his age. He looks about 40 to my 30. At the end of the match, the score line read 4-1. Steve defeated Martha by 6 games to 4. I hope now you will be able to choose the right preposition to make comparison and talk about measure, standard, rate and value. So friends, that's it in this last lesson on preposition. If you have any doubts, do get in touch with me. Check the playlist to access the previous 16 lessons on prepositions, where we have discussed various aspects in detail. From next lesson onwards, we will undertaking the study of adjectives. I'll be back with you soon. Till then, keep learning and keep improving. Goodbye.